Just before we start the video, guys, just remember that this video is going to be my top 5 favorite cars in GTA 5, meaning that they're my favorite, so it's my personal opinion. So obviously I'm going to have different opinions to all you guys, all people watching, so don't hate on the video just because I don't have a car that's in there that you don't like, or your favorite car's not there. What I want you to do instead is tell me in the comments down below what your top 5 favorite cars is, and just enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. What is going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a top video for GTA 5. I wanted to do one for ages and I just didn't really know what to start, but I just thought might as well just start with my favorite cars. So this one's going to be my top 5 favorite GTA 5 cars. Can be any type of car, but obviously it's just going to be cars. It's not going to be bikes, planes, or anything like that. It's not vehicles, it's just cars. And so let's start it off at number 5. For the number 5 spot, we're going to be having Franklin's Buffalo. Now, Franklin's Buffalo, you know, it was pretty awesome in the story mode. You get pretty attached with it. Franklin's probably my favorite character out of the 3, out of Trevor, out of Michael, and it's really cool. It's a really cool car early on, especially in the first area where Franklin lives in the ghetto, in that little area, and it's probably one of the cooler cars. It's also, you know, it's a unique car, as in it's different to all the other Buffaloes that are on the road. It's got all those extra mods and it looks really cool when it's done up, and it's just honestly, you know, it's in my list because it's just one of my favorites. It's just awesome overall. It's got nice speed, it looks cool, the handling's great, and it's just an awesome car overall. So that's why it made it as number 5 on my list. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the Imponte Phoenix. Now, this is the only muscle car in the list, so sorry guys if you love the muscle cars, but this one, personally, I love it now, but at the start, I'll be honest, I really used to hate this car. Honestly, I used to think it looked bad, it handled bad, and basically I just ignored this whole car itself. And it really wasn't until someone requested it for my Best Modified Car series that I was actually forced to drive it, you know, and mod it and all that stuff. And honestly, I'm thankful for that because it's basically in my garage now, full time. I drive it all the time. At first, it's pretty hard to handle. You know, you got to get used to it. But once you do that, you know, it's pretty fun to drive around. Off-road, it's a bit dodgy. Let's not even talk about rain, because that's just, it's horrible. You know, but overall, it's really fun. I really love the car now. It looks really cool. I don't know, it just grew on me. So that's why it made it at my number 4 spot, the Imponte Phoenix. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we got the only supercar on the list, and that is of course the Adder. Now, this car, honestly, I think is pretty self-explanatory. It's got amazing speed plus amazing handling. Now, it's just so fun, you know, to drive around, and like, especially after you're driving normal cars, even sports cars, I just feel like I can feel it physically in the controller that I'm going super fast, and it's just so fun to drive. And who wouldn't want a Bugatti Veyron in real life, honestly? It's an amazing car, it's pretty self-explanatory, and that's why it made it at my number 3 spot on the list. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the My Butt Supernumera. Now, this car I just really love. It's probably the first car that I ever really realized, you know, it had a lot of mods on it, and I just wasn't expecting it. And that's pretty much how the Best Modified Car series, that's how I started it. It was the first car I saw, and I was just like, that's a meh car. But then I actually grabbed it after my friend let me know there was mods on it, and I just had a look at it, and it just looked really awesome. As you can see now, it's got all the mods on it now, and I just think it looks amazing. And it was just the first car that I did, you know, that just surprised me, that it's just a basic looking car, and it turned out to be really awesome looking, really sick, and it's just what started my series, and I fell in love with it basically. So it's a car that I drive around a lot now. It's like the speed is, you know, it's definitely a lot faster cars. The handling is pretty decent, but it's a car that I fell in love with as soon as I found out about it, and it started my series, and so it's at my number 2 spot because of that. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have the Dundry Regina. Now, no, I'm just kidding. So my actual number 1 for this list is the Karin Sultan. Now this car is amazing. Ever since I found out it was in the game, I didn't know at the start because it's one of those cool cars that just looks, you know, pretty plain, pretty crap when it's just in its base form, and then once you do it up, modify it in the shop, it just looks amazing. And once I knew that that car actually existed, it's been in my garage ever since. It's probably my most used car in the game. It's just got perfect handling. It handles well in anything, you know, off-road, bloody in the rain, just anywhere. It drifts really well, and it's also really fast. Obviously supercars gonna be heaps faster, but for a sports car in the sports car class, it is probably one of the fastest, I'd say. And so because of all this, and just because I love it overall, this is my number 1 favorite car. So that was my top 5 favorite cars in GTA 5, guys. I want to know whether you agree with the list, you know, whether some of these cars were on your list, whether they weren't. What I want you to do is let me know in the comments down below what your top 5 favorite cars are. I'm pretty interested. There's a lot of cars, you know, some I might have missed that I might like as well. So leave that in the comments down below. As always, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. I really appreciate it. And also subscribe to my channel for more GTA 5 and other gaming content. Thanks, guys. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have the Dundry Regina. God, stupid car.